Hi, and welcome to another episode of Hot Takes with me, the Silver Fox. Now, we know that the SNP are incredibly shady and secretive when it comes to money, particularly. About everything, really, but when it's money, they are really, really shady. And so, it's no surprise that secrets are kept when it comes to very big, expensive projects. But they really should publish the details where, it's public money used for things where public money shouldn't really be used. Now, one of these things is the amount it's cost the public for personal protection, police personal protection, for Nicola Sturgeon after she left office. Now, I accept that prior to leaving office, as the First Minister, she will legally be entitled to police protection, and that's part and parcel, I suppose, of living in the world we currently live in. That has to be the case, and that's fine. We'll put up with that because whoever is First Minister would be entitled to that. That isn't anything unusual. Certainly the likes of Rishi Sunak, Boris Johnson would have had it. Even Sir Keir Starmer, as leader of the opposition, is entitled to this sort of thing as well. But as I say, that's part and parcel of being in government. But when she has resigned and is no longer the leader, her protection should be a matter of a private contract, or at the very least just a minimal, one or two, special branch or whatever. It shouldn't be a full squad, and it certainly shouldn't be at great expense to the public purse. So when asked how much it costs, answer came there none, which means it's cost a lot. Let's have a look. I mean, it's certainly quite clear if they're not telling you, they don't want to tell you. And if they don't want to tell you, it's because you'll be horrified at the amount. But anyway, secretive SNP government and Police Scotland, they're in collusion, both refuse to release taxpayer-funded cost of Nicola Sturgeon's police protection. Remember, taxpayer-funded. Our money. We should be entitled to know how much this money is, how much these costs are to the public purse. Everything should be revealed. The former First Minister lost access to her police protection this summer following a spending row. But both the SNP Executive and Police Scotland have refused to confirm how much it cost. So she actually had full protection from the moment she resigned until about last month, some point last month, when there was a big row because of how much it was costing, how much she was basically misusing it is the allegation there. And why are the public paying for something that should now be a private matter? The secretive Scottish Government has refused to reveal how much taxpayer cash was spent on police protection for former Minister Nicola Sturgeon. Now, I can understand why she wants protection. With the things she's done, she probably needs it. Certainly, if she was out in the street getting harangued at every opportunity, she'd soon regret it. So, of course, she gets these big burly officers. Usually got a little lump here because that's where the personal protection weapon will sit, and then they will just casually move people on with the swing of a well placed arm, because Nicola Sturgeon definitely doesn't want to interact with normal people. Anyway, Police Scotland also rebuffed a request to find out the cost to the public purse of supplying security to her. We previously told how the ex-SNP leader had been stripped of her security team, which costs £600,000 a year. I wonder if that's where the £600,000 has gone. It's a convenient number, isn't it? Anyway, that was in August. I said September, sorry, it was stripped in August. Due to a row over whether it was value for money or not. It certainly isn't. £2.50 isn't value for money. I would strip her of all security. If you want to become the Prime Minister and do dodgy things, you shouldn't be having security afterwards. Because if you're going to not have security afterwards, it's going to stop you doing the dodgy things, isn't it? Anyway, she became the first former First Minister to keep her security detail after leaving office. No one else did. No one else has had that, only her. Why? Why is she so scared of meeting people in the street? Why is she so scared of what people would do to her? The true cost of this 24/7 protection was not revealed by public bodies, despite a request from the Scottish Daily Express. Instead, the Scottish Government claimed it could not release this information, and listen to why. Because disclosure would, or would be likely to, endanger the physical or mental health or safety of an individual. Why would revealing the cost damage her health? That is not a justification. Revealing how much something cost would not in any way damage her health. It would damage her reputation. It would get people very angry with her for wanking away £600,000 a year on protection when she was no longer the First Minister. I mean, that's a lot of money, you know, £50,000 a month to protect her. Come on. Police Scotland was also asked about how much cash had been spent on the security detail since Miss Sturgeon left office, but were told that it would be contrary to the public interest to reveal whether the information is held. So they're not even telling you if they have a record of how much it costs. You can guarantee they do. But how is that possibly contrary to the public interest? It is in the public interest to know how much money, of public money, your money, the taxpayers' money, is being spent securing the safety of an individual who's done so much harm to the country. It's because she still has Police Scotland in her pocket. They don't want to reveal all this in case she reveals how deep the corruption goes within the police force. Allegedly. Got to cover myself. Previously, the Scottish Daily Express has asked both the Scottish Parliament and the government about whether the former First Minister took advantage of or was entitled to any perks since leaving the job, but we were told that she was not getting anything, and that's quite clearly a lie, because she was getting, until August, full personal protection. They didn't stop the other policemen coming in, though, did they? Officials confirmed that they do not comment on security, and that after considering whether it was in the public interest, they decided to hold up the FOA exemption. I think FOA exemption. I think it is in the public interest, of course. They added, we recognise that there is some public interest. They've recognised that there's some public interest in the security arrangements for the First Minister or former First Ministers. However, this is outweighed by the public interest in the safety of the First Minister or former First Ministers. Well, since she's now not getting that personal protection, it doesn't matter. The cost of it is immaterial to her safety. You see, it's not the cost of it that's protecting her, it's the actual men protecting her. You can say how much it costs without interfering with the actual safety. How does revealing the cost change anything? No. It's because they're horrendously embarrassed at the cost. You know, all that money and she can't buy trousers that go all the way down. Anyway, Miss Sturgeon was even under Police Scotland protection when she was arrested. And I just said that. I literally just said that. In relation to the fraud probe. She was grilled, of course, for about the £660,000 that was ring-fenced for personal protection. For IndyRef 2 funds. But then it was spent on other things. This was illegal. She became the first former First Minister to be granted a security detail, with Henry McLeish, Jack McConnell and Alex Salmond all returning to civilian life and not having personal protection. For most of them, they don't need it. Alex Salmond never really did anything to warrant worrying about it. I mean, you know, you might not like his politics, but he was never, you know, particularly awful, was he? Unlike her. The Scottish Sun reported that a row behind the scenes over the cost of this to the public purse had led to the plug being pulled. Good. Pull it more. And the change was signed off by the former Chief Constable Serene Livingston and the Scottish Government's top official, Permanent Secretary John Paul Marks, and started from August. Her top team was said to comprise of 6 rotating staff and vehicles who accompanied her whenever she ventured out into public because she didn't want those horrible public people, the normies like us, you know, the serfs, the vassals, to have any detail and contact with her and tell her exactly what we thought of her. So she had to have big burly men to protect her from the people. Perhaps if she hadn't done what she'd done, she wouldn't have needed protection from the people. But hey ho. Anyway, I shall round off there. I shall come up and finish off. Now, I don't particularly care how much it cost, because whatever it was way too much. She feels that she needs protection because she doesn't want the normal people to talk to her, because they will, of course, tell her exactly what they think. Now, she is a divisive character. She's divided the country, and she's driven it to extremes. There's no middle ground anymore because of her polarising politics. Well, I hope that her punishment for what she's done, apart from going, and losing control and not being in charge anymore, which will be driving her bonkers, But to spend every day for the rest of her life hearing what real people think of her, hearing how they despise her, they hate her, they think how awful she is, that too will annoy her, won't it? It will really, really drive her beyond despair. And that's good. If she didn't create all the problems, she wouldn't be sitting there hearing it. Anyway, I finished there. Thank you very much for watching. I hope this video has been sufficiently good for you that you are willing to hit that subscribe button to really help the channel. Certainly do please hit the like button. And until next time, stay safe, stay well. And if you do see Nicola out and about, tell her what you think. Bye.